I have a riddle for you. How can you tell Ronald McDonald at a nudist colony? Stay tuned. Hello again, everyone. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, we lead, and we inspire. And the answer to that riddle is, how can you tell Ronald McDonald at a nudist colony? He's the one with the sesame seed buns. Which leads me to today's message. Are you living your life like you're barreling through a drive-through fast food restaurant? Is your life just one big McFlurry? Yesterday, I went for a burger through a drive-through, and I haven't been in a long time. I had to ask myself, have the basic rules of politeness changed? I mean, I wasn't the old fogey driving 2 miles per hour with my turn signal flashing. I was just looking at the McMenu. It took me a little over a McMinute, and the car behind me was McMad at me. Apparently, they were in a big McHurry. They started beeping me with their McHorn. I looked in my rear view McMirror, and it was mom and dad with their entire McFamily, with 2 little McKids. One of the kids gave me the McFinger. I wanted to get out of my McVehicle and give him a McSlap, but in today's McTimes, I couldn't rustle up any McCourage. I was too McChicken. I didn't want to be a story on the local news. Eli's dad gets McShot, or worse, McKilled. Why are people so McRude? When I got home, I gave the matter some McThought. May I offer some reasons for this behavior? Some McNuggets. Family values. Every night, 6 o'clock, we were expected to be home, washed up and seated at the kitchen table. At our house, it was a breakfast nook. Do they even have breakfast nooks anymore? Either my sister or I, depending on whose turn it was expected to arrive earlier and set the table. The TV was shut off. That was in stone. I sat next to Ma, and Amy, my sister, sat next to Dad. We talked about school, about our daily activities, our friends. It was family time, set in stone. Does that still happen? That was where respect for other people was taught and learned. Family leadership by example. After dinner, either my sister or I would clear the table and bring the dishes to the sink. When that was finished, we would wipe down the table. If there was garbage, it was my job to empty the trash. That was a male responsibility. Talk about gender stereotyping. The females always did the cooking. Apparently, washing the dishes was a gender-free event because we took turns. A politically incorrect household for sure, but one that was unifying and it was a bonding experience. Next, homework. There was no debate. We each had our designated area, a desk, where we did our homework. Did we complain? Of course we complained. We were kids. But there was no leeway. Eli, your grandfather was a Harvard graduate. His priority list was as follows. Your grades in school come first, and everything else is second. At that time, I was a pretty good athlete. Sports were often a major topic of conversation. But make no mistake, I wish I had a nickel for every time your grandfather said, and I quote, "I don't care if your team loses every game that it ever plays. If your report card isn't satisfactory, you're not playing." Unquote. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, he added. Discipline, my friend. And then there were the times when I would say something disrespectful to Ma. Most of the time, it was a carryover from conversation from the playground. "Hey, I'm not one of your friends. You don't speak to me like that. You understand?" I quickly learned that the words, "you understand," required a nodding of the head up and down. How did I become such a quick study? Because if there was no nod, there was a slap, a backhander. and my mother's wedding ring always seemed to hit me in the mouth, and it really hurt. But you know what was worse than that? When she said, "Go to your room. Just wait there until your father comes home." If I may, I'd like to describe that scene with a musical interlude. Dum da dum dum. Not only was Dad ripped when he got home because of what I said to Ma, but he was even more angered because of the disrespect. These sessions usually ended with a certain amount of redness of skin somewhere on my body and the powerful ending line of, "Put that in your pipe and smoke it." I heard that a lot. The lessons of respect. Am I sorry about this McOutburst as I speak from my McLawn? I am McNot. As always, remember not to ration the passion, but to fashion the passion. I'm Eli's dad.